Glad to join our news bulletin right here on Luntha television. My name is Charity Chilanga. First, let's have a look at the top stories. Catholic Church Synod on Synodality ends with a surprise. UTM exposed former leader Dr. Usi over constitutional violations. Stakeholders question the profits made by Southern Region Water Board despite poor service delivery. And in international news, a tragic lorry crash in Ethiopia claims 71 lives. We do have the details to these and many more. Stay tuned. The month of October was marked by the final stage of the Synod on Synodality. At its opening, the Pope sought to calm any tensions and called for unity to be maintained. For months, some sectors of the Church had been on a raid as they feared that the result of the Synod would be profound doctrinal changes such as allowing the ordination of women. We have a Rome report being read in our studio by Brennan Mazza.
Pope Francis says it is breaking communion by pitting the hierarchy against the lay faithful, and it is certainly not a question of replacing one with the other, lay people or the priests. However, in its final document, it was pointed out that the Code of Canon Law already provides for women to occupy important positions in the Church. It would only be necessary to apply them. The objective of the Assembly was to study how to promote a more synodal style in the Church, meaning to make the bishops listen more to the faithful and for the faithful to be more participative. This synod also ended in a curious way since the Pope decided to turn the final document of the Assembly into the Church's magisterium. Pope Francis acknowledges the value of the synodal journey undertaken, which he entrusts to the holy faithful people of God through this document. October was a month of closures at the Vatican. In addition to the Synod, the work on the famous Barakim in St. Peter's Basilica was also completed. The work lasted 9 months and hid Ben's magnificent work under scaffolding. Since then, it has been shining again.
The UTM party has expelled its immediate past leader, Dr. Michael Usi, with immediate effect for violating the UTM constitution through conduct said to undermine the unity and the integrity of the party. UTM National Publicity Secretary Felix Njawala has told Luntha television that Usi was found guilty of provoking division within the party by mobilizing UTM supporters to attend a government function while wearing UTM regalia and displaying party symbols despite the formal termination of the political alliance between UTM and the Malawi Congress Party MCP. The UTM has expelled its former leader following a dispute. Department of Immigration and Citizenship Services says 2024, although was a challenging year for the department, especially in the first few months, but it has ended on a positive note. According to the department's commissioner responsible for operations of Free Charter, Wanga Nyirenda, for instance, the shutting down of their passport printing system and divisions among some staff members affected the department's work.
The centralization of the passport printing system, making it more efficient and accessible, and promote national security are some of the key achievements registered in the year.
Very, very strategically in that ATM strategy, in the sense that you might have heard perhaps that I think the source of socio-economic development is the private sector development. And oftentimes you might have heard, I think, the government talking about issues like creation of employment and stuff like that. But then you do issues of foreign direct investment, meaning to say that when we promote foreign direct investment in the areas that I think in the ATM strategy, where in agriculture sector we're able to attract as a country, we attract for potential investors in that area, would then create a lot of employment for our locals, but most importantly also attract foreign direct investment. That way, immigration comes in by making sure that we facilitate the smooth entry and acquisition of relevant, residential permits. When the foreigners are coming here, it's the immigration that gives them the business permits, work permits. So when we're delaying, then we are, making efforts that would not help to implement the ATM strategy. Tourism sector, again, issues of visas, stuff like that. Already the government, through our proposals, we've been able to scrape off some visas from potential tourist destinations.
The Consumers Association of Malawi Kama has described the profits that different government parastatals in the country have made as day robbery, bearing in mind John Kabuto made the remarks in reaction to Southern Region's Water Board for 4 years milestone revenue collection, where the institution said they have doubled their revenue from 8 billion kwacha to 17 billion kwacha since 2020. The celebration by Southern Region comes as some of their clients are still experiencing shortages of water and accessing dirty water in Balaka district. Rashida Matandika reports. Health rights experts in the country have characterized the year 2024 as a mixed bag, which has both notable successes and persistent challenges in the health sector. According to George Jobi, a health rights campaigner who is also the executive director for the Malawi Health Equity Network, Mehen, while acknowledging progress in certain areas, emphasized the need for improvement in key aspects of healthcare delivery, highlighting a mixed bag outcome in the sector. Tando Mzumara for details.
The Health Rights Crusader has expressed optimism that the 2025-2026 national budget will achieve the 15% Abuja declaration target that only a handful of African governments have pulled off since 2001. At 12.2%, the prevailing 2024-25 budget is the closest that Malawi has come to fulfilling the obligations signed by African Union member states as a minimum portion for their respective health sectors. According to Jobe, this is a commendable step for the country.
A mixed bag. We had the successes and also areas that need improvement. On the successes, we celebrate that we had a lot of recruitments of healthcare workers, and that included nurses, health surveillance assistants or HSAs, community midwife assistants, and other cadres. For HSAs, we are happy that we have now reached 15,000 in number, which is a good development. In the year, we did not suffer cholera cases, and we remember there was also a declaration that cholera had come to an end, and the health budget reached 12.2%, which was very remarkable, and we believe we can reach the 15% Abuja declaration. That 15% of the national budget should go to the health sector. We also take note of procurement of a magnetic resonance imaging scanner or MRI scanner, which can scan the scar of the head in case of blood clotting or there's a crack. In the past, this scanner was only available at private health facilities. And there has been increased awareness on motorcycle accidents by different partners, including the Malawi Orthopedic Association, MOA. We have also noted construction of health facilities. There has been progress at the Mponela Community Hospital, Domas Community Hospital, and the different health facilities. But in a year, notably, we can mention opening of Area 23 Health Center in Lilongwe and the Nanjoli Health Center in Blantyre. For districts that were affected by the cyclone, like Palombe, we noted there has been a health rehabilitation fund that has been maintaining Kulambe and Impasa health facilities. So just having a health rehabilitation fund to us takes note of the devastation that happened in our health facilities.
Jobe also expressed satisfaction with the recruitment of healthcare workers, including nurses, health surveillance assistants, HSAs, and community midwives assistants. He has further noted that some areas that need to be improved, which includes drug availability in the public hospitals and stocking of some drugs that are outside of essential medicines, including fuel scarcity, which affected service delivery. For Luntha News, this is Tandiwe Mzumara.
You're watching news on Luntha Television. We'll be back after this short break. you've just joined us, I know that you're watching news on Luntha television. Now a reminder of the top stories. Catholic Church Synod on Synodality ends with a surprise. UTM exposed former leader Dr. Usi over constitutional violations. Stakeholders question the profits made by Southern Region Water Board despite poor service delivery. And in international news, the tragic lorry crash in Ethiopia claims 71 lives. The Transform project being implemented by Catholic Development Commission in Malawi, Nimzimba and Rungi districts have managed to empower farmers to establish and access markets for their products easily. CADCOM's lead agronomist for Transform program, Togozani Mpomba, says one of the challenges that they have encountered when the Transform project started in the district
on the season, bearing in mind the role of demand and supply on the market. In Chenachena, Margaret Msoko said they were trained in market service and that they are able to link with potential buyers for their vegetable produce. She said they now have a link with reliable vendors who follow them for their produce.
Timaitanisa mavenda mazatoda tinaliso ndi masamba amenewa timagulisa ku skulu ngati WFP ma school feeder timapasira Nkombole ndi Zombe. Koma tomato tsopano tuitana mavenda kumatoda enaso amabwera kuzangoti kulaso pompano.
At Chipokosa, under traditional authority Mzikuola, 12 farmers have managed to make over 1.5 million kwacha after selling.
Kororera ndrama itikasangapo tikapanga budget. Ndrama itingachita nayo mbo kugawana chapa tigawanenge ndipo tiguru tikomenge. Mbwe tikapulikana kuti tigule vingoma. Tikagula vingoma matini 117. Awo tikagulanga pa mtengo wa 8000. Mwe tikaguliranga. So tatagulapo vingoma hivyo. Ndrama ikakhalapo ikatikana nditi kugawana mbwe tikagulapo chinthambo chinkhata chikulu kuti apa tangulima pashoko ipo sono tiwonjezereko dimba tili likulu.
CADCOM agronomist Togozani Mpomba says they have already put in place sustainable measures by establishing cooperatives and market committees to oversee smooth operations of the farmers. Mpomba has, however, called for mindset change in farmers to embrace irrigation farming rather than relying on rain-fed farming alone.
One of the big challenges that is there, I think, is the mindset change of producing without rains. You know, a lot of farmers are still thinking that they have to wait up until they do the rain-fed agriculture. But Transform is here to try to change their mindset, that even where they don't have access to large volumes of water, they can still produce throughout the year.
The Transform project is being implemented by CADCOM under Mzuzu Diocese with financial support from Norwegian Embassy through the NCA-DCA Joint Country Program. Luntha TV, this is Rashida Matandika reporting.
Moving back to our second story, the UTM party has exposed its immediate past leader, Dr. Michael Use, with immediate effect for violating the UTM constitution through conduct said to undermine the unity and the integrity of the party. UTM National Publicity Secretary Felix Njawala has told Luntha television that Use was found guilty of provoking a division within the party by
has assured supporters that it will continue to focus on building stronger internal structures and preparing for the next political phase.
The committee made a decision to expel Dr. Michael Usi from the party based on the evidence that was presented to them, and a decision was made. Because according to the evidence, he flouted a couple of constitutional requirements. So the first one being making some sentiments that can bring confusion in the party, as well as promoting a different political institution, being MCP. So, according to our constitution,
Speaking to the people who had gathered at his government residence in the Modi area of Blantyre City, Dr. Ussi stated that he could not attend the committee, describing it as unconstitutional as its leaders had been elected in violation of the law.
Do what you want to do. I don't mind.
No.
I am a leader in my own right, and I know what to do. So it's simply because I cannot be with people that don't respect the constitution, the party constitution. And this is a fact. And let me also say, I have nothing personal against individuals in the party of UTM. I mean those that have claimed, the top positions. They can be like that. I have no problem with them, as persons. Not at all. But the issue is of ethics and legality.
Now, in terms of your future politically, people have been questioning as to which position are you positioning yourself in terms of affiliating yourself to a party?
You have seen what has happened. That's my response.
Expelled Dr. Ussi and his followers to start afresh. He framed the decision as crucial for the party's cohesion and effectiveness as they approach elections, emphasizing the need for unity among remaining members.
Well, I think they had no other way. The only way now was to expel him. The problem happened before convention, and they chose to go on. And obviously, they had a point where they could not come back, and they had just to expel Dr. Ussi from the party, Dr. Ussi and his followers from the party, so that they should begin afresh. That is obviously the way to go, because this is tomorrow is we are starting an election year, and they have to be counting on members of the party as they go towards the election. So I think this is the only way they had to do with this problem. Dr. Ussi will also now find his own way, just as they will also find their own way to move forward.
The charges against Ussi included actions that could create divisions within the party and damage UTM's reputation. He was also accused of supporting or associating with organizations outside of UTM which violated Article 22, Section 8, Subsection K of the party's constitution. Ussi